talking about as the defendant was walking away from this parking lot, you said you looked over and you saw 12E putting the knife in his pocket, and then 12E walked after the defendant. Are you with me there?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I want to pick up today. You said at the end of your testimony yesterday, you talked about this being a white flag situation, and then you said that you were screaming out how Rocky had failed us. Do you recall that?
Yes.
What did you mean when you said that?
Like meaning.
What did
like,
you say?
I was just like, said something about 12 years, said something about bills, said something about just overall.
Can you say the words that you said to the best of your
I
relevance?
don't really remember because
You don't remember
I
any of
don't
the
want
words?
to lie. I don't want to like. I just remember just 3 years ago. Like, if I look at my statement,
If you don't remember word for word,
I don't wanna,
okay,
like,
just
yeah.
give us the sum and substance.
When you said, I said something about 12E, do you remember at all what it was that you were talking about? I understand.
Probably in the contents of him like like not having motion no more, like, you know what I mean? Because the whole thing was that I think the complex con, I don't think they even seen Rocky or did anything, to be honest. 12 was complaining about the dude, you know what I mean? Like 2 days prior, when I seen him. So it was like people wasn't happy.
When you say, did you say not having motion?
Yeah, but that's not his fault. It's kind of like.
No, Mr. Everett, I'm just trying to understand. I just didn't catch the word. I wasn't sure if you said motion or emotion. But you said not having motion, correct?
Yeah, so I'm telling him he's not what it seems to be. Like it's not. You're not like Instagram is just fake. Like you're back. You work construction. You went on tour for 6 years. Like.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Were these some of the things that you were saying about 12E? As
Yeah,
you
because
were
if we're a
walking
brother,
down the
we're supposed to be
Okay,
lifting
hold
each
on, you
other up.
both can't talk at the same time. Ask the question again.
street? Do you understand?
Oh, okay, hold on, time. Mark, the monitor over here, can't get it to work. These are all on C. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Can you take a look, please? Yeah. You can get it to work.
Can you see it on your screen, sir?
No, we can't. You know, if worse comes to worse, you can use mine and I'll just look at the first screen. You can't get that film, Howard.
towards Rocky.
Towards
Or
12.
towards 12.
Let's start with 12 first.
I was kind of talking towards like Rocky though, but after 12, but I was just like, he's not like where he's supposed to be. Bills is not where he's supposed to be. But that's not me saying that it was his problem. It was like, you got the foundation, you want to hold the rock. You know what I mean?
When you say not his problem, who are you talking about?
Rockies. But I said it because he's the one that's got all of us there for his shows, this and that, they're not giving credit when credit's due. So it's like, you know what I mean? When you go down the line, like what I said yesterday, it's only Barry, Ferg, Rocky who's really successful. But when you really look at it, it's a lot of ASAP members. That's not his fault, but it's like you give credit when credit's due. So that's pretty much what I was saying.
Okay. The comments that you were making about Swelby, were they negative comments about him?
I wouldn't say negative. I mean, yeah, like truthful, kind of, not truthful.
I mean, were you saying, have you said in the past that one of the things you said about Swelby is that he went on tour with the defendant for 8 or 9 years, but he was still living in the projects?
I don't know if that he personally was living in the projects, but I
No,
know he
did
went
you
back.
say
Yeah, I
that?
said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And about Ills, I mean, would you agree that that statement about 12E is not a positive statement?
No.
Oh, you would not agree?
I would agree. It's not positive, yeah.
Okay. And the statement that you were making about Ills, do you remember the words that you said?
I just said he's a crackhead.
Okay.
Like, he's not, like, but nothing, like,
Would you also agree that's not a positive comment to make about Ills?
yeah, I agree.
Would you, were you directing your comments at the defendant, or were you saying each of these things to 12B and to Ills directly?
I was just saying, in general, like, everybody live right next to each other, everybody can hear, you know what I mean? It was just trying to, like, still back me up, like, yo, chill, you know?
Okay. I believe you said yesterday at the end that you were trying to verbally express how you feel. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because I felt like I'm never going to see Rocky again due to the circumstances, so I'm just going to let him know how I feel.
Can you explain that to the jury more? When you say, I know I'm never going to see Rocky again, what is that?
I mean, the circumstances, I mean, the situation that happened. Like, why would we ever see each other? You know what I mean? So I felt like I didn't want him to go back and then talk about it and everybody just laugh and think, oh, Rocky just pulled the gun on Rel, shot at, well, before then, because he didn't shoot yet, but pulled the gun on Rel and made this big scene, you know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, I know you for 15 years. I know everybody over there, just about 15, not Jamel, but Ills, I know for like 15 years.
I believe you said yesterday that when you went into this, what you called linking up with him, it was to repair things with him, correct?
Yeah.
After he pulled the gun on you, how were you feeling at that point?
I mean, he grabbed me first, so that everything, all bets is off the table. Like, I'm thinking, what are we doing here? Like, you know what I mean?
How are you feeling though?
Oh. Wait, what you mean?
How were you feeling after having this, after he pulled this gun on you?
Oh, I was like mad. I was like, I can't believe this just happened. You know what I mean?
And was there anything else about the presence of Ills and 12 being there that contributed to you being mad?
No, like them being there, like just got me mad, even.
Yeah. Did that change anything, the fact that the two of them came
No,
in?
not at all.
All right. At that moment, immediately after the gun was first pointed at you, as the defendant is walking away, did you have any animosity towards Ills?
No, I never had a problem with it.
I believe you said that both you and Ills then walked down the street following after the defendant, but the two of you were walking together, correct?
I mean, it wasn't really following nobody. I'm just talking. They're all walking together. You know what I mean?
But you're headed in the same direction
Yeah,
that he's
down
headed.
Argyle. Yes.
And he's ahead of you, correct?
Yes.
All right.
he made a left on that street, he made a left.
You remember the name of the street?
No, I'm not following.
Okay. And when he made a left, where did he go from there?
He kept going straight till he got about to the street, to the end of the street corner. Like where the stop sign is at.
Were you still behind him at that point?
Yeah,
Still walking in the same direction that he's walking?
yeah,
Now, from what you described, going down to the end of the street, making a left, and going all the way to the stop sign, at that point, you knew he had a gun, correct?
yeah, I think he had a gun.
He had just shown it to you.
Yes,
And was it that entire walk, that entire time that you were expressing to him how you feel?
yes,
In what you already described as an angry tone or an elevated tone?
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Why would you follow behind someone that you know is armed with a gun and verbally tell them how you feel in the way that you did?
I told you already because I felt like I would never see him again. And I felt like since he put it away, and on a busy street in Hollywood, like he's definitely not gonna shoot this shit. I mean, shoot it.
So you, at that moment, did not believe that he would shoot you? That
No,
person?
no.
Yeah. Did you believe at that moment that he would shoot you?
What do you mean? Can you say it again?
The way that I asked the question before was a double negative, so your answer's not clear. So I just want to ask it a different way. Did you believe at that moment that he would shoot you?
At what moment when I'm walking with him?
When he's first walking away and you're walking in the same direction that he's walking?
No. Well, I don't know. To be honest, I wasn't thinking straight at that moment. I had a lot on my mind. I just wanted to get what was on my chest off.
Do you think you would have reacted differently in this situation had that been a stranger that first pulled you?
What do you mean?
Meaning, if a stranger pulled a gun on you, do you think you'd walk after them and essentially?
No, because I have no business. I mean, I got away from a life-threatening situation. But in that situation, I felt like maybe he put the gun away, and seeing Jamel with the knife, it further me wanting to say what was on my chest.
Okay. When you got to the area where the stop sign was that you described, you made the left turn, you walked to the stop sign, that's what you said, right?
Yes,
Who was the first person that got to where the stop sign was?
Rocky,
And then who was the next person?
Jamel.
And then after that?
It was basically me and it was fine.
And when you got to the stop sign area with Ills, what was the next thing that happened?
I'm still talking, but then I see Rocky turn around. Can I explain what happened?
Yeah.
So I see Rocky turn around. When he turned around, he's like, kind of looked like a movie. The whole thing looked like a movie, like, you know what I mean? So he kind of like pointed down. He shot the first shot. When he shot the first shot, I felt my hand hot. So I grabbed Ills, used him as a shield. He's going around trying to shoot me between the Ills. 12B is off to the side. I'm not really worrying about him. I'm just trying to like not get hit at this point.
You said, as you were saying that he had the gun out, you had your right arm extended about shoulder high. Is that-
Yeah, because he kind of like, when he turned around, kind of like his back was turned, like it was like, it was kind of like you turn around, the gun is there, and he kind of like jumped when he shot, and kind of shot down, like, you know what I'm saying?
The gun that he was holding, did it look like the same gun that he pulled on you at the parking lot?
Yeah.
And when you say he shot down, what do you mean by that?
Like, I mean, like it was kind of like this. It wasn't like, be pointing and doing, but it wasn't like aiming at you. It was kind of like that. So he, like I said, it was like a movie, kind of like boom, and then like just running around trying to like get me.
Okay, the motion he made with his arm, Your Honor.
Describe it.
Yeah, so he had his arm extended out, and then as he was saying shot down, he lifted his arm up to about head high, and then had his pointer finger sort of pointed forward, but in a downward trajectory.
Hand was higher than this. Do it again.
Well, I don't really remember, but from what like, it was more like, it was fast. He turned around, and then it was like, boom. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not like, but like,
Okay. You said that as he shot the gun the first time, you said your hand felt hot, correct?
yeah,
Where on your hand felt hot?
my left hand.
Where?
Left hand. Just right above my knuckles. Like my knuckles right here, up below my knuckles. So it's right here. And if I was to fall, you would see other injuries on that picture from that day from my knuckles and all around here. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, yeah. I just have to, when you point this up, I have to describe it.
so my knuckle, my
What
hand,
he's
I still got
pointing
the
to
mark from that day.
what he's pointing to are the middle knuckles on his left hand. Kind of, he has his hand sort of curled and going across.
Yeah, right there. So it's
Hold on. Both hands up at the same time. So wait, go ahead.
I think I was done. He motioned with his right hand across his left hand, middle knuckles.
Ask another question.
You said that you then, got behind Hills, correct?
I dashed to him. I got ran to him and he just grabbed him.
How did Hills react to this?
Oh, he was like petrified. He was screaming. After he literally said, "You could have got me killed." And I said, "What? You came with him?"
Wait, I want to stay right at that moment, though. I don't want to jump ahead. So right at that moment, you're saying he was petrified, correct?
Petrified.
Physically, what did he do? Did he move at all?
He was petrified. I grabbed him and he's like screaming, "No, no, no." And I'm using him every which way.
When you say petrified, though, is he moving at all, or is he standing still?
Yeah, he's trying to move. And then he dropped his body.
Okay. And were you intentionally trying to position Hills between you
Oh,
and
yeah.
the defendant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody that would have been there, I would have did that, especially if you came with him.
And then, Welby, or Jamel, what did he do?
I don't know because I'm too busy grabbing hills. I don't really see what 12 is. He's off to the side. I see him off to the side the whole time, but I don't really know what's going on. I don't even see them running off really. Like, I'm still dealing like with Ills literally telling me I could have got him killed while I'm just running off.
Right. Again, I don't want to jump ahead. I want to stay right at the moment when the shots are fired. Are you saying as the defendant fires the first shot, you then move around to Hills? You're not paying attention to 12, so you're not entirely sure what he did.
No, I'm not really sure what 12 was doing.
Okay. Then after the first gunshot, what did you see the defendant do? Physically, what did he do with his body?
Oh, he's running up, and he shot again.
What does running up mean?
Like
Running
he's
towards it?
running and shooting. Like he's trying to like find. He's trying to look for a way to shoot because if I wasn't grabbing the Ills, I mean.
Did he physically come closer to you?
Yeah.
And
He got close.
you're saying
The whole time it was close, but he got really close.
you were saying that he was trying to move motion around Hills, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna move to some video again.
Is this a new exhibit or?
No, same exhibit, it is People's 15. the file that's labeled sequence surveillance video from People's 15. I have it right now on the video player at the bottom. It's paused at 31 seconds into this video file, and it stopped there. Mr. Efron, do you see the larger video in the background?
Yes.
It's mostly gray.
Yes.
Do you recognize that area that we're looking at there?
Other than that day,
All right, I'm talking specifically about that day. Can you orient yourself on what you're seeing from that part of the video?
I mean, to the far right, that's where the curve is at. That's where the curve is at, and the stop sign where like the incident happened.
Can you point to it with the pointer?
So pretty much we walked right here, and Rocky got to like right around.
Keep the voice up.
I said we got to like right here, and then as soon as like he got into the street around right here, that's when the shooting took place.
Okay, I would say he's pointing to the top left-hand corner, in where the street area is that we can see. Okay.
Right, that is across from that orange wall barricade there, where that is.
That's accurate.
Sure. All right, I'm gonna play the video and then I'll go back and ask some more questions about it. All right, start finding some good watch. I'm gonna pause it at 55 seconds. Go back. I'll ask you some questions. So let's start at the beginning. Start from. I know it's gonna be hard to see from here, but from taking you back to that night, you see the person that we can see best at the top left-hand corner, kind of in the middle of that street. Do you see that person?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Rocky.
Okay. There's another individual.
Well, with the red jacket.
Okay. Let me just finish the question though, because the court reporter has to take everything down. So that would be just above him and maybe just slightly to the left. There's another person there. You're saying that's Jamel?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And then you and Ills at this moment, are the two of you at the street corner?
I don't know. It's kind of blurry.
That's
Yeah, I can't really see if that's a hydrant or like people that can't really see.
That's fair. Let me play it forward a little bit. If you could watch them. But with that, as your memory from that day, would that be the area that you recall being at?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play it forward just a little. Did you see the movement of those two people that I was pointing to just a few seconds ago?
Wait, go back.
Sure. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Was one of those individuals you,
Yes.
and the other one was Ills?
Yes.
And what motion did you see yourself take on the video?
Like running towards those.
Okay, would you have been farther to the left-hand side of the screen just slightly?
Yeah, I'm on the left. Those would be on the right.
And, okay, then we go back just a little, starting again at 35 seconds. The person that we see moving forward, is that still the defendant?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like running around those at that point while Rocky's like, it's like a circle. Everything's
Okay.
happening like a circle.
I'm gonna go back and restart at about 35 seconds. Can you focus? This time I'm gonna ask you to focus on the person who said it's 12 and tell us where you see that person go. Okay? Alright, and I'm pausing it at 42 seconds. Where did you see 12 go?
He ran across the wall.
Okay, I have paused here at 42 seconds. Would it be this person here?
Yeah, yes.
And do you remember what this area was at all? I know it's been
No idea. No idea.
Okay. But was there a wall here? Is that what this
Yeah.
white
Yes.
object is? All right. Did he make that motion right as the gunshot started happening?
Yes, he did.
I'm gonna play it forward. And I'm gonna stop it at 50 seconds. If you need me to go back, I will, but did you see what you and Ills were doing at that part that I just played? That's short.
I'm gonna go back. I was looking at Jamel still.
No, that's fine. Started back at 47 seconds. Oh, hold on. Go back a little farther. Started at 42 seconds. Stop it at 51. Did you see what the two of you were doing?
Yeah, so after Ills dropped his body, I probably was just looking to see where he was before I just run off or continue back down like Hollywood where I was at before.
Okay. When you say Ills dropped his body, what do you mean by that?
Like he physically just dropped, like his weight.
Did you do anything to push him to the ground?
No, no,
Did you strike him?
no, of course not.
Did you throw any punches towards him?
No.
So, are you describing him essentially dropping his body to try to get away from you? Because you're trying to hold him?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Did you personally go to the ground as he dropped his body?
Yeah, as he dropped. So I like kind of dropped with him. You could see me like almost dropped, but looking back to see, kind of.
All right. And then fair to say at that point, that's when the defendant was running
Yeah,
away?
you could see Jamel like pushing him away at that point.
All right, I'm gonna play another video file. All right, Your Honor, this video file is called combined surveillance video.
Part 15?
Yes, on the same drive. And right now I have it paused at 46 seconds. Mr. Efron, would you agree this appears to be the same camera angle?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play it forward. And I'll pause it in a second. I'm gonna pause it at 54 seconds. Does this look like a zoomed in version of that, in that area where you're describing this interaction happened?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play the video forward from here. I'll ask you some questions. Okay, I'm gonna stop it at 1 minute, 16 seconds. I'm gonna go back to asking a few follow-up questions.
Okay, I'm sorry, could you just identify what exhibit this is?
It's 15.
Well,
The video is called combined surveillance video. So if you want, there's,
not the sequence,
there's sequence, there's combined, and then there's the 3 files.
they're all part of it.
Yes.
This
all-
one's combined surveillance video.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Starting at about 50 seconds. Zooms in. Again, just so we're all on the same page of who we're talking about, where it's paused at 55 seconds here, this individual here in the sort of in the middle of the street area, that's the defendant, correct?
Yes.
The person just to the left of him and slightly above him?
Jamel.
Okay. And then it's hard to see where you and Ills would be, but would you agree you'd be,
Wait, don't, both can't talk at the same time.
that's okay. You'd be towards the left here, closer to the corner of the street, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to play it forward and I'm going to pause it at 1 minute and 2 seconds. Can you make out which person you are, Mr. Efron?
Right here in this picture?
Yeah, where it's paused here at 1 minute and 2
I
seconds.
know one with the white Air Forces. It's really hard to tell what the white Air Force is. Oh, I can see it better on here than on the big screen for some reason. But on here, over here looks way better.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm in this figure, whatever this is right here, but on here you can actually see it more.
Can you actually see on your back, Mr. Efron, the design that was on the back of your sweatshirt?
Yes.
Okay. In that video, can you point to where the design is? If you can see it on the big screen.
White.
So it's say right in the middle of the top of the where the image is paused on.
To be precise, it looks like a white circle on one body.
Okay. And I'll play this video over here. And I'm stopping at a minute, 14 seconds. At this point, have you and Ills separated from each other?
Yes.
And why did you let him go at that point?
Because I've probably seen Rocky running off already.
Okay. You described the first shot, the motion the defendant made with his hand as he shot the first shot. Was the second shot any different from that?
I don't know at that point. I'm ducking.
You weren't really paying attention to him?
No, I just was really just trying to grab those.
Okay. 1 second. Do you recall? I'm going to show you equals 7. Do you recognize that area at all?
Yeah.
And what is that area?
That's what happened.
Okay. Where the two shots were fired, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You say yes?
Yes.
When the shots were first fired, can you point for the jury to a spot that is near where you were on that street?
I was coming down here. I probably got to around like right here. I believe. And Rocky was like right here.
Okay.
And then it got like then it got all around this area kind of.
You know, Your Honor, actually, I think what may be easier, I'm gonna have him just mark on the photograph itself. Just people 7. Let's do for you. Can you put an X where you would be when the first shot would happen?
Probably hop up the curve a little, but I would say like right here.
Okay, and then do a triangle for where the defendant was. Okay. Hey. Back up. Okay, a little better. The X you made is right here, correct?
Yes.
here more in the middle of the street on Vista Del Mar, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As the defendant was shooting at you, was it your belief that the gun that he was using was a real gun or a fake gun?
Can you say that again?
Yeah. Did you believe, as the defendant was shooting at you, that he was shooting a real gun or a fake gun?
Oh, it was a real gun.
And what led you to believe that it was a real gun?
I mean, I was hit. I was hit.
Is there anything else about it?
When you know the difference between, I mean, I don't know how would you, somebody shooting at you, I don't know how to answer that, kind of.
Okay. Sir.
And I wasn't, like, I was grazed, I wasn't hit, I didn't have a hole through my hand or nothing. It was like, that's what it was, you know.
At the moment that he first started firing at you, what would you estimate would be the distance between the two of you? And if it's easier to point to something in the courtroom, you can do that.
From the first shooting,
Yes.
probably like where I'm at from where you at, probably, I guess. Or a little bit further, I don't know.
This is, where Mr. Grislevich's standing?
Yeah.
It's approximately 15 feet from you.
Okay. By the time he fired the second shot, what was
Yeah,
the
a
distance?
little further, like a little, it was, yeah, around there.
Sorry, which shot were you talking about?
The first one, it was like 15 to like 15, like around there, yeah. A couple years ago.
You said on the second shot that he moved a little closer to you. What would you estimate would be the distance of that one?
Oh, he was right up on us. I'm saying us because it was me and Ills. And I thought it was a bunch of shots because I'm just trying to like, you literally just duck underneath Ills, do whatever. Which way he was going, I'm putting Ills towards him.
How many shots did you believe that he fired at you?
At the time, I believe it was 3 or 4.
In fact, when you reported this to the police, how many shots did you tell them that he fired at you?
I believe 3 or 4.
And did you tell that to multiple police officers?
I did.
Was there anything that happened after you reported this to police that caused you to change your opinion on how many shots he fired?
No.
So you still, as you sit here right now, is it your testimony that he fired either 3 or 4 shots at you?
I mean, I've seen the video, so I understand it was 2 shots now.
That's what I mean. Okay, so as you sit here now, it's your belief he fired 2 shots at you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But when you initially reported it, you reported it as
3 or 4 shots. Yeah. Because it sounded like that. We're in like a closed, it's real loud. You know what I'm saying?
You said that what changed your opinion was that you watched a video, correct?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The preliminary hearing
Okay.
was the first time I seen the actual, like, the sound of the shots.
Your Honor, with the court judicial notice that the preliminary hearing was November 8th of 2023?
I don't have the transcript. Does everybody agree that was?
That's right, yes.
Okay. So between the date of this incident, November 6th, 2021 to November 8th, 2023, in those 2 years, you believe that it was 3 or 4 gunshots, correct?
Yes.
And then after you watched the video that had sound, after the preliminary hearing, you changed you understood then that it was 2 gunshots, correct?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, truthfully, I thought it was way more, but I'm going off of the video because mentally I feel like I shot at a lot of times.
Okay. If you can, just clarify for us, when you're referring to something, if it's based on your memory or from watching the video. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. now I'm gonna have to mark my. Showing you what's marked as equals 17. Do you recognize what you see there?
Yeah,
And what is that?
that's my left hand.
And do you know who took this picture?
Probably was off my phone.
This is a picture you took.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know when you took this picture?
Probably the day after or the day, that day,
So you're thinking either November 6th or November 7th?
or 8th. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Somewhere within a day or two of the actual shooting.
Yeah.
And the red marks that we see on your pointer finger, middle finger, and slightly on your ring finger there, what caused those injuries?
A graze, I believe. Because, like what I said, I felt something hot. And if I was to fall on my hand, I'm not no expert or anything, but if I was to fall on my hand or anything, my knuckles at the top would be messed up and everything else would be messed up. It just was right here.
Okay. So
And I
you're saying,
weighed 210 pounds. Probably at that time I weighed 190. So if I'm falling on my weight, my whole knuckle would be damaged on my whole hand.
Ron, can I just ask you a response to the question? What's the
Stay,
cause?
yeah, that was a non-response.
when you say grazed, are you talking about grazed from one of the bullets?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
It's gonna be a leading objection, but it's getting worse.
What do you mean when you say grazed?
Like when he shot the first shot, I felt my hand hot because I felt like I got grazed.
By what?
A bullet.
Thank you. After the second shot, so after the shooting, where did you see the defendant go?
I just ran after it. I just grabbed it.
But where did you see the defendant go?
After the shooting or while he was shooting?
After the shooting.
Oh, I seen him leave. Like I think he just took off.
Okay.
And he ran.
And did he run out of your view? So you lost sight of him?
Yes.
Where, after he took, was he the first one to leave?
I don't know. I don't
Did
know
you
if he
see
was the
at
first
some
one to
point,
leave.
sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Did you see at some point, 12 each?
It was 3 years ago. I really don't really remember that. I just remember what happened to me. Like all the small pieces, it's kind of hard to like remember unless I have something physically or I said something around that time to remind me.
Was there a moment after the shooting where it was only you and Hills who were left on that street together?
Probably for like a second. He was still getting up or he was ready to run.
Okay. After Hills went to the ground, what was the next thing that happened?
I think they took off. Like 12 and Rocky took off, and then I'm probably like scanning the area to make sure he's still not there or shooting at me. And then I took off back the same way that I came and went down Hollywood back to the Lowe's.
When you say same way you came, are you talking about the same streets that you walked?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would have been headed back towards the W Hotel in that area?
Yeah, correct.
And then did you walk all the way up to Hollywood Boulevard?
Yes, I did.
And from Hollywood Boulevard, did you walk all the way back to the Lowe's?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
In the time after the defendant and 12E ran away, where it's just you and Ill, I know you say it's a second. Was there anything that happened between you and Ills at that time?
No, the only thing Ill said, and I put that on everything, on whatever it was, but he said, you literally almost got me killed. And I looked at him and said, what? You came with him. That was the only thing that was said between me and Ills.
So there was a brief conversation?
Real brief.
Did you physically assault him?
No, never hit Ills. Never. And Ills actually has a broken jaw. Like, he cannot get hit in the face. He has like a wired jaw because Rocky's cousin broke his jaw.
Okay.
Your Honor, I object as the stricken, not responsive.
Sustained. Sustained. And the testimony is true. Can you read the first couple of words? Read the question, please.
Did you physically assault him? The question is, did you physically assault him?
Yeah, that calls for yes or no. Did you physically assault him?
No. Ills? No.
That night, November 6, 2021, did you know of any physical sensitivities that Ills had?
Excuse me?
Yeah, did you know that Ills had suffered an injury before November 6, 2021?
Did I know that his...
Hold on.
You can answer.
Did I know he had like a permanent broken jaw?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go back briefly to the surveillance video. Queued up. Let's stay with this same file, Your Honor.
15, on 15?
Yeah, but the file label combined surveillance video. Briefly. All right. I have the video paused at 2 minutes and 47 seconds. If you could watch it, I'll play it. I'm going to play a couple seconds and then I'll go back and ask you a question, okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm pausing it at 2:54. So let's go back to 2:47. I'll pause it here at 2:48. Do you see the individuals at the sort of towards the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there?
Yes, I do.
You see the person who's walking in front appears to be wearing a black sweatshirt, and the person behind has a red jacket on.
Yes.
Do you recognize who the person in the black sweatshirt is?
Yes, Rocky.
And who's the person in the red jacket?
Jamel.
Again, when you say Jamel,
Twelve.
that's the person you also refer to as 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, last person I want to show you on this video. I have it paused at 3 minutes and 51 seconds. You see there's only one person depicted in the video here, kind of in the middle of the screen.
Yes.
Do you recognize who that person is?
Yes, Elijah.
And same person you've also been referring to as Hills.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. mentioned that in your testimony just before that you have watched the surveillance video as part of this case, correct?
That's correct.
At least some of it. Is that
Yes.
correct? Do you know when you first reviewed any surveillance video in this case?
I believe the DA called me to identify in a video if that was Rocky and like the first shooting. But I think that was it.
Okay. Did you meet with police officers before you met with any deputy DAs associated with this case?
What do you mean?
Yeah, did you meet with police officers or police detectives before you talked to any prosecutors?
No.
The first person you talked to in this case was a prosecutor?
Oh, no, I talked to the police, I believe. Yeah, the police.
All right. When was the first time that you talked to the police? You don't have to give us a date, but you can say it was.
When I obtained a lawyer and walked into Los Angeles Police Department.
How close in time was that to the shooting?
Well, I hit up a lawyer the same night, but it was late, so he advised me I forgot what it was he advised me of at that time, but then I ended up going back and getting the actual bullets myself
Okay, hold on.
and taking pictures of the cameras.
How many, I guess my question is, are you talking about you went to the police within minutes, hours, days, weeks, months? Can you give us just a time period?
No, so I had to wait for the lawyer, and then I sent them everything that I like, the text messages, everything.
You're not answering my question.
Oh,
Give us just a time period. Don't tell me what you did, just say it was within hours, minutes, days, months. How soon after this
did I go to the police station?
Yes.
The next day.
Okay. Did this incident happen late at night on November 6th, correct?
I'll have to see.
Well, it was dark out.
Yeah, I know it was late, but I don't, like I said, it was 3 years ago. I don't remember the dates and I don't remember the streets at this point. I just remember what happened.
That's fair. But when you say the next day, is it possible that instead of being on the 7th, it was on the 8th that you went to the police department?
Yeah, so pretty much I was just waiting for the lawyer to respond back. So I had my business partner.
It's not responsible.
Okay.
Aaron, can we get grounds for when you make the.
It's not responsible.
Could we have the defense state grounds instead of just objection when they? Just
Was
as-
responsible.
I'm just asking the future.
I thought you said, did you say no?
You just said objection.
Just objection, I thought it was pretty obvious that it was not.
Can we just ask in the future that he,
If you decide it has to object, just say objection and the legal basis.
take your,
Okay. So the first time you reported this to the police, you say was within a day, either November 7th or November 8th of the shooting, correct?
Yeah, so pretty much I just wanted to wait for my lawyer.
That's just a yes or no, please.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, when you reported this to the police, how did you do that? Did you call 911? Did you call the station? Did you go to the
No,
station?
we just walked in.
Oh, do you remember which police station you walked into?
It was Hollywood or like, I know it was, Hollywood police station. I don't really remember.
And was there a police officer at the front desk that you talked to?
Yes.
And did you tell that police officer essentially what had happened during this incident?
I did.
After you talked to that police officer, did you talk to another police officer from that same station after him?
I don't remember.
Okay. Ultimately, did you meet
I
with
talked with so many people, like the lawyers, like with everything. It was just, I don't remember.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to unpack here now.
Okay.
So you talked to a police officer at the station. Did you then talk to a detective?
I think a detective came out because once I handed him the bullets, I think and he seen the lawyer I was with, I think that's when he took it serious and like had somebody come out. I think I remember clearly.
Did you later talk to another set of detectives after that first detective that you talked to?
Man, they called me so many times, I don't even remember.
Is it fair to say you talked to a number of people about this incident from
Yeah.
the police department?
Yes.
Okay. Did all of those conversations that you're talking about so far occur before you watched the surveillance video in this case?
It happened before I watched it.
So had you seen the surveillance video when you walked into the Hollywood police station to talk to the officer at the desk?
No, I didn't see no video.
When the detective from the Hollywood station called you, had you seen the video at that point?
I think they called me into LA, I forgot when, to identify. I think it was like, seriously, like 8 months later or 7 months, I don't remember, it was a long time.
So was it police officers that showed you the video for the first time?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. But had you already told what had happened before watching the video?
Yeah, yes.
As you sit here right now, do you remember the date that you first saw the video?
No.
And the video that you watched first, do you remember what was in the video that you watched?
It was the one of Rocky coming up to me and brandishing the gun, like where we had like the first initial, like when we see each other.
Outside of the parking garage?
From the, yeah, up front of the parking garage, yeah, across from the W.
Okay.
And I think they showed me the other one too of the parking lot. That was so long ago. I was just happy that they had the footage of the gun at that time. I was just like, I think that's enough.
So when you say the other one, are you talking about the sort of blurry distance one that we just went over?
Yeah, yes.
Did they, if you remember, did you see any other videos?
I don't think so. They didn't show me a lot.
Did they show you the video that I played at the end there of the defendant and 12E walking up the street?
No, they didn't show me none of that.
Okay.
I think they only showed me 2 videos, which was Rocky with the gun and then the actual like shooting taking place. Everything else they didn't show me. I found out during preliminary hearing,
So,
I believe.
yeah, and I don't want to jump yet to the preliminary hearing, but the first time you watched the video, did you see any video that had audio on it or attached to it?
Only one, but that was the shooting, but you couldn't see anything.
When the police showed you the video, did they play the one for you that has audio?
Oh no.
Okay. You said the first time you saw that one was at the preliminary hearing, correct?
Yeah, correct.
After this incident, so after November 6th, when was the next time that you saw Elijah?
After the incident,
Yes.
I haven't seen Elijah since
In person?
in person.
Now, if there's an allegation that Elijah suffered an injury because of this, was there anything that you saw that that you could speak to what Elijah looked like after this incident?
Say that again?
Yes, if there's an allegation that Ills suffered an injury because of this incident, did you have any opportunity to see Ills' face after this incident?
Actually, I did because one of them posted a video and I took a snapshot of them all eating. They went out to eat the next day after the shooting.
Okay, and where did you see that video?
It was on, I forget whose story mode, but it was one of them, but it was like burritos. He even had his girlfriend there and a bunch of people eating and he was toasting. And I just figured I'd take a snapshot.
And could you see Ills in that video?
Oh yeah, you can.
And you took a photograph of that.
I did.
Mark my next.
18.
This is see that?
Yeah, okay.
Do you,
Yes, I
do you recognize this photograph?
Yes,
And is this the screenshot that you're talking about that you took?
it is.
And the video you watched was on November 8th, correct?
I don't really know how to see, but yes.
Okay. But
When
you're
I
saying,
get off my phone, you can see it.
are you saying you don't remember the specific date, but you know it was within a day or?
Oh, I knew it was the next day.
The next day?
Yeah.
And do you see ills in this still photograph?
Yeah, it was right to the, I believe.
Can you
that
point
way.
to him?
This is him right here.
Okay, so I would say it's the only face that we can see on the far left of the photograph to the stand next to the person in the red jacket who's standing there. Who's the person in the red jacket?
That's right.
Okay. And when you the video you actually saw of this, was it was longer than just this one photograph, correct?
Yeah, they was toasting.
And in the video, could you see more of Ills' face?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did you see any injury on Ills' face in that video?
No.
Okay. Now, I know we've kind of jumped around a little, so I want to go back to the day of the shooting. After the two shots that we heard, the defendant and 12E ran away. You said you and Ills separated, correct?
Yeah.
And you walked the same path that you had taken up the street past the W down Hollywood, correct?
Yeah, back to the Lowe's.
Okay. What at that point was your reaction to what had just happened? How were you feeling?
Shit. I felt betrayed. I felt hurt. I felt like, that's why I was texting. I wanted to see where he was at with this situation. I felt like he was just denying it, like just acting like shit didn't happen. So it was hard for me to like even trust him or anybody around him at that point.
When
So I
you
started
say-
calling like lawyers to have my business partner.
Let me stop you. When you say he and him, are you talking about the defendant?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you? Well, I think you already said you went back to the Lowe's, correct?
Yeah, I went back to Lowe's to get my girlfriend for 1 second.
Okay.
But I walked there. I walked to Lowe's, and then I ended up getting my girlfriend.
And
I went
after,
back and got the bullets.
so after you met up with your girlfriend, where did you go?
We drove back to the same spot. So
To-
that was within like an hour or 45 minutes. You could time stamp it and see how long it took me to get back there. But it wasn't hard for me to find the bullets because I knew exactly where I got shot at.
Okay. Let me stop you. So you and your girlfriend are together. You're driving. You said we went back there. Where do you mean when you say there?
To the incident.
Where the shooting happened, or where at the parking garage?
The shooting.
Okay. That street corner.
Yes.
And I believe in your answer you said that, and this is your approximation, that it was about 45 minutes to an hour after the shooting that you went back?
Yes, correct.
Do you remember the exact time?
Probably, I've seen it recently on my phone, but it had to be like 10:40 something, or maybe like 11:40 something. So that gives it like an hour from the time that the incident happened. And I took a picture of, the bullet. So I remember, I think you have to show me the time or something. That's how I remember. But first I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts to get a pen and a brown paper bag. And then I went over there in hopes to find whatever I could find, whether it was cameras, anything, you know what I mean? Because I took pictures of cameras and everything, and then so happens I find the bullets. So I take a picture of them before I scoop it up with a pen and then put it in the brown bag.
Brazil, we're gonna take a break now. You've heard enough. Stretch your legs. All right, folks, we'll be in recess for 15 minutes. So if you could all please be outside the courtroom doors at 11:30, as close to that time as possible. Just as a reminder, we're going to go to 12.
Thank you. Right before we broke, you were talking about how you went back to the street corner where this incident happened. You had your girlfriend with you, and you personally went back to look for evidence at the crime scene. You follow me so far?
Yes.
And you said that while you were at the corner, you found some fired cartridge cases or evidence that was at the street, correct?
That's correct.
And when I asked you if you remembered specifically what time you went back to the location where this happened, you referenced that you took photographs and there was a timestamp in your phone. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask to mark my next exhibit. I'm going to actually staple the 2 pages together, Your Honor, so if we can do 19A and 19B.
Eighteen was what? Oh, the shot of the restaurant?
All from just these two.
All right, 19A and B.
Mr. Efron, let me actually approach. 19A has some small photographs on it. I'm going to hand the document to you before I put it up there, but take a look at that and tell me specifically if you recognize the 4 photographs that you see small pictures of on this exhibit.
Yes.
And what are those?
Those are pictures I took.
Of,
Showcasing, I believe.
and were those pictures that you took at the scene when you went back?
Yes, it is.
Do you see in the column right next to that, under the line where it says created, there's a date of 11/6/21, and then on the topmost one it says 11:45 and 24 seconds p.m. Correct?
Correct.
Does that match the time that you went back to the location where this incident happened?
Yeah, within an hour.
And would that be the time that you specifically took the photograph?
Yes.
Same time you were referring to in your phone, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm going to display this now so everyone knows what we're talking about. Did you take multiple photographs while you were at that location?
I did.
Okay. And Your Honor, I'm going to just display the page in its entirety first, and then zoom in on the topmost row. The photograph to the far right here, is that one of the photographs you took of the cartridge cases?
It is.
And then the date and time created is in the next column over, correct?
Yes.
All right. And then going down the row, the second photograph would have been created November 6/21 at 11:45:49, so just a few seconds after the first one.
That's correct.
The third one at 11:47:56, correct?
Yes.
And the fourth one on this page, 11:48:01, correct?
Yes.
Now, and I can show them, approach if you need me to show them to you closer, but would you agree that the first 2 photographs appear to be of the same cartridge case?
It is.
So even though there's 2 photographs, those photographs are taking pictures of the same individual thing?
Exactly.
Okay. And then the bottom 2 photographs, is that, are you taking a photograph of a second cartridge case?
I am.
Okay, so even though there's 4 photographs, these are only of 2 cartridge cases at the scene, correct?
Yes.
And were these photographs that you took before you picked up those items?
Yes.
So these would have been in place at the time?
It was in place, never touched.
Okay. I'm gonna put up people's 19B. Do you recognize that, Mr. Efron?
I do.
And is that one of the photographs that you took?
It is.
In total, while you were at that scene after you went back, how many cartridge cases did you find and collect?
2.
Did you find any more than 2 that you did not collect?
No.
Trying to pull up the computer here, but for some reason it's not recognizing something was plugged in. Okay, there we go. Your Honor, I'm going to display from the same exhibit, Eagles 15, the thumb drive. On the actual drive itself, there's a folder labeled 1616 Vista Del Mar. And contained within that are 2 files. The bottom file starts with magic-QX and ends in the number 2000. That's the file that I have pulled up on screen here. And Mr. Efron, can you see that?
Yeah.
This would be the same camera that we've seen before, correct, of that location?
Yes.
And it's very small here, but in the bottom I have it paused at 230957. I'm going to play it forward a little, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. If I can see any of these controls. I'm going to ask you to focus your attention on that same street corner that we were discussing before. Can you see what looks like an individual person walking just off the curb now into the street?
Yeah, that's me. Keep your voice up. Yeah, that's me.
Are you sure that that's you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
How is it that you are sure?
Because we can go back to when I took the stamps and see, like, you know what I mean?
Okay. So that's,
Well, can you just give us time on that, please?
yes. See, I paused it again. So right now it's at 23:10:31. It would be 11:10:31.
11, well,
11:10:31. And you said you were there 11:45:24, correct, Mr. Efron?
Yes.
So this would be half an hour before you said you got there, correct?
Half an hour before.
If this is 11:10 and you said you got there
Judge.
at 11:45,
Hold on.
Objection. There's one.
Can we have?
Yes.
What's the
She's on witness. Someone's giving answer.
Say what now? Say that again?
Yeah, that video
Mm-hmm.
shows that person there at 11:10 p.m. and you're saying you returned at 11:45. That was what you said when you said refer to the timestamps on the pictures, correct?
What time did the incident happen again?
The incident happened at 10:17 p.m.
10:17. What time was this?
Can approach again. It might be easier for you to see than me, but it's saying 11:10 p.m.
Yeah, so that's correct.
Right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, I mean, can you make out the person that you see in that video?
Objection, Judge. You ready to
He's already answered.
Your Honor. we
No
have the grounds.
speaking objections.
I'm asking
No
for grounds.
speaking objections. Asked and answered.
Your Honor,
Yes?
I would just ask.
Yes.
I would just ask that counsel, the court has ordered that counsel state grounds. When he simply says objection.
I know what he's gonna say. All right, I'll wait till he states the legal grounds. I'll wait till you state the legal
Please,
grounds.
thank you, Your Honor.
But I know what the legal grounds are, but as soon as he says objection,
Asked and answered.
ask me. He already said that.
Your Honor, I believe we are allowed to clarify.
Mr. Lord? No. Go ahead.
Would you agree that the person in that video, what color clothing items do you see that person wearing in the video?
Like again? A white shirt, and I think like pants,
Okay.
or sweater.
And you previously said you were wearing a dark colored top, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
But you're saying the person in this video is wearing a light colored top, correct?
All I know, I went back and found the bullets. I don't know who that is or what time, or I know I came back within an hour. I'm confused on what this is right here.
Okay. When you went back to your hotel, did you change your clothing?
I don't really remember. It was so long ago, but probably, I don't know.
You also said when you went back to the scene, you were with your girlfriend, correct?
Yeah.
Did you see a second person in the video here?
No, but you gotta keep playing it.
You continue to play. All right, they're asking me to wait because fixing the computers.
Check it all out, find out what the problem is. All right.
Mr. Efron, did you have an opportunity to watch this video? I'm sorry, I can take that. It's distracting, the timestamp with the photographs. Did you have a chance to watch this video when you testified at the preliminary hearing?
I did.
When you testified at the preliminary hearing, did you say that's
Or grounds.
Yes, nice finish.
What's the objection?
This regarding impeaching, which is not.
There's nothing wrong with impeaching parties on witness.
You know, can we strike the word impeachment? That's not a legal objection, and he's now describing what we're doing, which is incorrect.
attorney is entitled to contradict what a witness has previously said.
Did you previously testify at the hearing? That's not me.
What are you going to read from?
The preliminary hearing transcript.
What page?
127.
What line?
Right now, I'm at line 13.
Hold on. I don't have a transcript. Everything you have.
And we need to get our. Robert, we may have an extra copy.
Alex is going to get all of that.
You know, while Alan's saying that, can you approach me?
While he's doing that, Garner, I'm gonna, just for the sake of time, I'm gonna play the video forward and then I'll come back to the line of question once you have the transcript. Okay, Mr. Efron, I just, sorry, my eyes are just not that good. I cannot see the time. It's so small. So it's stopped right now at 23:10:31. So it'll be 11:10:31. I'm going to play it forward. And I'll read the time off where we stop. Keep your eye on that person if you would, Mr. Efron.
Last time, me, I don't walk like that.
Hold on. There's no question.
No question.
Hold on. All right. I'm going to stop it there. I think that's good. Let me just read off the time and it will be played. So it's now at 23:11:39. So 11:11:39. Did you have an opportunity to watch that person that was depicted on the video during that period of time the video was played?
Yes.
And did you see any other people with that individual?
No.
I'd like to go into the transcript, Your Honor, but
Can you bring me the page?
yes.
Let me just take a look at it before you.
What's the line?
120, page 127,
I'm
line
sorry.
13.
Line 13. And it's going to go into 128.
All right, so let me just take a look. Over to where on the? Where's the house?
At least to line 6, Your Honor.
All right, this is inconsistent with his trial testimony, so it's fair game. Go ahead.
Mark, I just asked one.
Well, can we approach or?
Tell me what the.
I just don't want to speak the objection, so that's all I'm trying to.
You can, the part that you wanted to read is inconsistent with today what Mr. Efron has testified to. You're entitled to bring out prior statements that are different than in court, in trial statements. So go ahead.
I'm not disputing that, Your Honor. Yes. I want to say. Who's going to read that?
See you.
Is there something else I need to see?
No.
All right, go ahead.
So, Mr. Efron, when you testified previously, you were shown that video, correct?
Yes.
Did you say, that's not me?
I believe so. It was a long time ago.
Do you, want to refer to the transcript?
But I remember, I need to jog my memory. It's the first time I'm seeing it. Once I looked at the video, I noticed that's not me.
Okay.
I don't walk like that. I don't move like that. That look like a homeless person or something.
Did you also in fact say, I don't even walk like that?
When before?
Yes, when you.
Oh, I just had to
testified
look just now and notice again. But yeah, I don't walk like that.
Okay. My question is, when you testified previously, you said, I don't even walk like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you also previously testify that when you went back, quote, I probably had the same hoodie on, that looks like a gray hoodie?
Sounds familiar. How long ago did I say that?
Is that what you said previously? Meaning, you said previously that you were wearing the same hoodie, correct?
From that day? What do you mean?
I mean, okay.
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
You told us that when this incident happened, you were wearing this hoodie.
Right.
When you went back to your hotel and then came back to find the fire cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct?
Yeah, so if I said-
And answer your honor.
All right, Alex was giving me the, read the question.
Yes, sir. Question, when you went back to your hotel and then came back to find the fire cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct? Answer, yes.
And when you watched the video, you commented that the person seen in that video was wearing a gray hoodie, or what you meant was a different color hoodie from the one that you were wearing that night, correct?
Correct.
And that testimony that we're referring to, or say you said that previously, that was on November 8th of 2023, correct? At a completely different hearing?
That was a preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Previously taking years of notice.
Yeah, the preliminary hearing occurred over 2 days. The first day was November 8th of 23. The second day was November 20th of 23.
As you sit here right now, do you have any recollection of how long it took you to find these fire cartridge cases after you went back to the scene?
Probably took me no longer than 2-3 minutes.
In your view, was it a quick, short period of time?
Yes.
You talked yesterday about some of the reasons why you would not have physically attacked the defendant that day, correct?
In general.
You talked about, in general, the consequences that you feared that would come to your career in the music business. Remember that?
Yes.
Those were consequences that you feared would possibly happen if you got into an altercation with him. Have you, since this incident, suffered any actual consequences to your career?
Oh, of course.
Can you explain that to the jury?
I mean, it's been a living hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, death threats. There's people labeling me a snitch for saying something that happened. My social media, everything that I'm doing as far as social media, I don't have a presence there no more.
You said you were working in the music industry managing
And then like my artist turned on me, my producers, they all turned on me because of this decision I made. They felt like, okay, this is gonna be like, I can't back them up no more. I can't support them with what I'm doing, going to the police. They didn't want nothing to do with me no more.
When you say they turned on you, what does that mean?
Like they unfollowed me, wrote shit about me, like some of them, other ones just like understood.
We're not making that flow suggestions.
Are you still working with any of those individuals?
No, nobody.
So that would include artists or musicians that you were working with, correct?
Yes.
Would also include producers that you worked with, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't have any of those people that you're managing anymore, correct?
Nobody.
You said that prior to this incident, you had meetings with different executives from record labels, correct?
Yeah.
Do you still have meetings with record labels?
No, they all unfollow me, damn near all of them.
Do any of them contact you anymore?
No.
You said you had your own management business called Shut Eye, correct?
That's correct.
Is that still a business?
No. I actually cut ties with all my artists and gave them their royalties. Like I didn't even get no back end. I didn't
Stop.
Is it fair to say that your entire career in the music business is now no longer, does not exist anymore?
in that field of overall music, fashion, just the culture. It's done.
All of it.
Done.
And how soon after the shooting did that happen?
I mean, nobody really knew it was me until Jabari posted a picture of me. So then once that happened, it was over.
Okay.
That
Was
doesn't
that-
answer- that doesn't answer your question.
Yeah, was that picture specifically in some way relating back to this shooting?
Yes.
How so?
Because he wrote on one of my pictures, this rat ass nigga snitched on my brother, or snitched on my bro, or whatever.
And after that, your career basically ended.
Oh yeah.
After the shooting, you already said you contacted an attorney, correct?
I did.
Did you ultimately, through your attorney, file a civil lawsuit?
I did.
And is the defendant one of the people that you're suing in that lawsuit?
Yes, him and his lawyer.
Okay. When you say his lawyer, who are you talking about?
Joe Tacopino?
Is he seated at the table here today?
He is.
And why was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
No, but I got defamation lawsuit against him.
You wanted them opening the door here.
I didn't, well, can you read the question back and the answer?
Why was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct? Answer, no, but I have a defamation lawsuit against him.
The question is, why was the attorney not at the shooting?
No.
It definitely was not.
Why was it that
Ah.
Dashes, his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
Why was he sued?
Call for yes or no.
No.
Mr. Tacopino was not at the shooting, correct?
No.
Answer another question.
since, well, when you came to that preliminary hearing that we talked about before, did Mr. Tacopina ask you questions at that hearing?
He did.
Can you give us an approximate of how long that, how long he was able to ask you questions?
I don't recall, I don't remember. It's like a day, half a day, I don't really remember.
Okay. More than an hour?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And did you answer the questions that he asked you?
I did.
After that day, has Mr. Tacopina asked you to, essentially, if you'll sit down for an interview with him?
No.
Did he ask you, or sorry, he did not ask you directly, but were you asked by the judge if you would agree to an interview with Mr. Tacopina since that day of the preliminary hearing?
Yeah, I was.
When did that happen?
Yesterday.
And what was your answer?
I declined
Why did you decline to talk to him?
because I spoke to him already.
One second, Your Honor, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna mark my next exhibit, Your Honor.
20.
Do you have a friend, first name is Justin?
That's my business partner.
Is he a close friend of yours?
He is.
Someone that you've done business with?
Yes.
After this shooting, did you exchange text messages with Justin?
I did.
And did you send him any messages specifically related to the shooting?
Not really. I don't know if it would you call that relating or. Yeah, that's all you.
Okay. Tell me, I'm gonna display what I previously marked as People's Exhibit 20. Do you recognize what we see here?
Yeah, so I said I want to get this nigga's money.
All right. When you wrote that line, who are you referring to?
I'm referring to Rocky.
And again, was this text message sent after the shooting?
Yes, it was after.
Now, can you see Justin responds to your text, correct?
Yeah, he's a sarcastic person, so he said he's probably trying to get you to perform at complex time.
So when you received that, you didn't receive that as a serious comment that he was making?
No, because he always makes like weird side jokes.
Okay. And what was your response to him after that?
He shot me.
And when you say he shot me, who are you referring to?
To Rocky.
Objection, he didn't say he shot me, he said he shot at me.
Sorry, I apologize. I didn't read that correctly. When you said he shot at me, who are you referring to when you say he?
Rocky. Rocky.
Is there a approximate date and time when that text was sent?
The same day.
Is there a way to determine?
There is. Give me just 1 second. Do you remember the date and time?
It had to be the 7th.
I don't have it printed. I can definitely pull it up on my computer. Okay, we'll find the date and time and then we'll enter stipulation. That works good. Sure? Okay. I'm gonna mark my next exhibit, Your Honor, 21. It is a 10-page document.
Texts?
Text messages, yes. Before I display, I'm going to approach and ask him to review himself. Now, there's some information redacted on here, Mr. Efron, but do you recognize who the text messages in this thread are between?
Me and Rocky.
I didn't hear.
Me and Rocky.
The date that these text messages start, would you agree it's November 6, 21 at about 9:34 p.m.?
That's correct.
Okay, and if you need to refer to context, let me know, but there's two colors of text bubbles. There's blue and there's green. Do you know which one is you and which one is,
I'm green. He's blue.
so the defendant's blue and you're green?
Is that yes?
Yes.
And that first message, November 6/21 at 9:34 p.m., that would be before the shooting, correct?
That's correct.
Now I'm going to go all the way to the last page, page 10, and show you the very last message on this thread is marked at November 7/21 at 12:46 a.m. Would you agree that is after the shooting?
That's correct.
Okay. Now you said he is blue and you are green, correct?
Yes.
Let's go through this first page. First text message, what was the content of the text message that you received?
Where you at? Question mark.
And then the second text message that you received.
Let's get to it.
All right. The third text message,
Stop ducking my calls.
and that one was read by you at 9:35, or sorry, 9:39 and 22 seconds p.m.
Correct.
Did you then responded to that message, correct?
Yeah, but we spoke because I answered his FaceTime call.
That's okay.
I
I'm just
lied.
going,
It's not about lying, but I didn't want to tell him exactly where I was at, so I said Trader Joe's.
that's fine. So, and I'm sure there are other messages you exchanged with other people, but I'm just asking you to focus on this
Okay.
this thread. Your next response to him at 10:08:31 was, "I'm in front of Trader Joe's, drop location."
Correct.
For the record, that was PM.
My fault. Okay. Going to the third page, the top of the page, the first message. I know it's a small photograph, but can you tell just from that small photograph what that's a picture of?
That's the showcase now.
And is this you sending him a picture of the shell casing after the shooting?
That's correct.
And how soon after you took the picture did you send it to him?
I don't know, within minutes or if right there, I don't really remember.
Okay. You took the picture at 11:45 and then sent it at 11:58. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, that's correct.
But you sent it to him that same night, correct?
I did.
And this, again, this is after the shooting.
That's after the shooting.
And then your next message to him?
You tried to kill me. You tried killing me.
And now we moved into the next day, November 7th, but just past midnight, so 12 o'clock and 55 seconds in the morning, correct?
That's correct.
And then you said to him, the next message?
You should have killed me.
And then your next message to him after that one?
I sent him a text message of his call to me, his text message to me, letting him know that. So when I said you should have killed me, I was meaning I'm about to be the biggest, like I'm about to do what I need to do.
You were showing him the prior text message where he said, "Where are you at? Let's get to it."
I was pretty much showing
Wait,
him.
both can't talk at the same time. Go ahead and ask the question again.
Yes, you had taken a screenshot of the text messages where he said, where are you at? Let's get to it. Stop ducking my calls." And that's what you sent to him?
I did.
Okay. And that's at 12:12 a.m., correct?
That's correct.
until that point in the text thread, he has not responded to your messages, correct?
I'll have to see my phone.
So what I'm saying is, you said after the shooting, you texted him the garbage
Okay,
case,
yes.
and you sent him 3 other messages. To that point, he never responded to any of them, correct?
Correct.
But after you sent him the picture of your conversation, he responded, correct?
Yes.
And what was the first message that he sent to you?
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
Voice.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Why you telling people I shot at you?
And then he questioned or added a question mark to the message that you had sent to him previously, saying you tried killing me.
Yeah, you put a question mark on it.
What did that mean to you when someone puts a question mark on your text?
I mean, like, I can't tell you what he meant by that.
No, how did you receive it?
I received it like he was not owning up to the fact. Like, I just wanted to see if he was gonna own up to like what he was doing.
Okay. And then you sent him a response, correct?
Yeah, of my hand.
What were you showing him on your hand?
The graves.
The same injuries that we displayed before?
Yes.
And then
That was in Eagle 17.
Equal 17, yes. And then his next message to you was to attach a question mark to your text of you should have killed me, correct?
That's correct.
Did you receive that the same way? Like you said, in your words, he wasn't owning up to it?
Yeah, he was in denial still.
Okay. Top of the next page. What did you text him after that?
I said I did love this young ass.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I love him. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect this to happen.
Sorry, I couldn't hear someone cough.
I did not expect this to happen, so I was just telling him I had love for you.
Meaning before the shooting, you loved
Yeah,
him.
before it.
Okay. Can you read your next message to him?
I said, y'all niggas try to set me up and take me with my daughter.
Did he respond to that message?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I try to do what? Nigga, I know you hate me. I hate you too.
Top of the 8th page. What did he say?
Stop making shit up around.
All right. And how did you respond to that?
I got bid.
Okay. At that point, what did you mean when you said I got bid?
I got video.
What video were you referring to?
So, I was thinking the actual, like, around, I probably was texting him after I got the bullets or something like that. I don't really remember, but when I said that, I probably was already back at my hotel and I already took pictures of every location we was at.
Okay, you said when you went back to take pictures of the actual cartridge cases, there were other things you were taking pictures of as well, correct?
Yeah.
What other things were you taking pictures
Any cameras I seen around?
of? On businesses?
Yeah.
And had you, up to the point that you sent this text, so we're now at 12:40 on November 7th, did you watch video from any of those locations?
No, I couldn't.
Did you have access to any of those cameras?
No, I went to one building, they told me I needed a subpoena.
Okay, so they specifically refused to let you watch it.
They wouldn't even acknowledge the fact that I wanted the video. They was like, you would need a subpoena.
So
I think I went with the lawyer that I had, and he told him that.
the point being though, when you sent that text message, at that moment, you had not seen any video related to this
I
case.
haven't seen anything.
Were you only referring to the fact that you know there were cameras around it?
Yeah, so I want to reserve before it gets too late on what happened, because I didn't go to the police right away.
But I'm asking, what are you communicating to him with that text message?
Oh, I'm letting him know that I have evidence. Like you're not getting away from this.
Why is it that you felt like you had to tell him you had evidence?
Because he shot at me. He wasn't acknowledging the fact that he shot at me.
Was he denying that the whole incident took place? Is that how you received it?
Yeah.
He would not break it in two.
I'm just want to finish with this and I'll be done here. You, after that text message about the video, what did you text him?
See you soon, bud.
Then your next message?
I meant to say probably stop texting me. You lost it.
Okay. But what you actually sent him was
Text everything. You lost it.
All right. And then your next text?
Just stop texting me.
And then how did he reply to that?
Love me but talk shit about me, shit on me, let me get cut, which I don't know how the fuck I let this man get cut, and it still ain't cut you off. We never had.
Wait, Mr. Efron, can you just read the text and then I can ask you what you.
Nigga, you've been a op. You don't love me because we don't do business, so it is what it is.
Okay. When he said that you talk shit about him, what did you take that to mean?
I never talk shit about him. If anything, I'm just voicing my opinion on why shit is not working.
Okay. Did you know what he was referring to when he said, "Let me get cut"?
Oh yeah, I was there that day, but I had nothing to do with him getting cut.
You didn't personally do anything to him, correct?
No.
All right. And then when he says you've been an op, what does that mean?
That was the first time I ever heard I was an op from him.
What's an
So
op?
it's new. Like an opposition, maybe somebody you don't fuck with. Mind you, I told this dude many times, if you don't fuck with me, just let me know.
Okay. And then get the rest. And then the last text message that he sent to you.
Now you trying to extort niggas talking about I shot at you and shot you 4 times and all type of nonsense. You a phony, you don't have my best intentions, stop
He
texting.
doesn't say mine.
Where?
You
You
don't
don't-
have the best intention.
Oh yeah, you don't have the best intentions. Stop texting me and stop calling my manager and call the police if I shot at you, you weirdo. So after that, that's when I was like, okay.
Hold on.
How did you receive that text message?
Oh, it was no more trying after that. I was gonna do like he literally told me to go to the police.
But did you receive that as him denying that this incident ever took place?
Oh yeah.
In anywhere in the text messages he sent you, did he refer to an allegation that he used a prop gun
No, never.
or a starter pistol?
No.
When he says stop texting me and stop calling my manager, what is he? What do you know what he's referring to when he says stop calling my manager?
So he had a manager, John, that I was cool with, and when he did that, I sent everything I sent him, I sent to John. And John was like, pretty much like, whoa, let me see what's going on.
Okay, but that's what you thought he was referring to was the fact that you were in communication with his manager.
With his manager, yeah.
Okay. You had a concern about what would happen if you ever challenged the defendant. Have those concerns been realized in your life?
Objection.
What do you mean by that?
Hold on. Just a minute. About how much longer do you have?
That's it, Your Honor. That's my last question.
So you feel you'll be finished with direct examination?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and ask the question.
Yes. You've told us about all these fears you had about what would happen to you, what would happen to your career, your life, if you challenged the defendant. What happened? Have those fears actually been realized since this incident?
Yeah, for sure.
Those consequences have happened to you, correct?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have anything.
All right, let me see at the sidebar, not on the record before we.
Thank you.